Yo, what's up, guys? Catherine is back on the ladder, never left. As predicted, Spell Cathy, Burn Spell Catherine is still dominating the game. So, yeah, after losing to it a bunch and getting pissed off, I made this deck called Fuck Cathy. And I'm gonna go over it right now. Let's do it. It is an Augen Core list, Juggernaut Workshop, pretty good tempo. And yeah, just the overall best cards. You get the really good 3-drop that I'll go over in a little bit. But yeah, so we have a bunch of cards for Cathy Tech in here, but we'll get started with, we'll just go in numero uno order here, starting with the 1-cost Hardlink Pilot. Probably one of the best cards that Augen Core has. It's just a nice unit that can be sticky and just pass on a salvage one of your upgrades. And yeah, Guest Defender can protect your other stuff. It's just a solid card in the deck. We have got Ocular Implant in here, 3 of them. Just a solid draw card for 1, and if they don't deal with the unit, you get more value. It's pretty good. Next up, we got 3 PS8s, of course, because Cathy's gonna be playing those 2 health minions, so this is gonna be nice against that. Control the board. Don't fall too far behind. We got Gunslingers in here, only 2 of them. Just not a lot of space in the deck, but overall solid card, and it's a unit to have on the board for your salvage effects as well, just to pass on an upgrade. Next up, we got 2 of the Target Painters, another minion to help you just with the early game, and to you could equip some upgrades onto it as well. You get some free draw, or it's just a target for salvage as well. Then we have got some 2-drops in the deck. Alvaro Interrogator, one of the best tech cards you could have against Catherine, against these the spell heavy Catherine deck. Every time they play an effect card or a spell, then they take 3 damage. Pretty nice. We have 3 of them in there because fuck Cathy. Next up, we have also, it's just a 2-cost unit to play on 2 that has decent stats, and we don't have a lot of 2 costs in the deck. Next up, we have Lord Harf. Make their effects cost 1 more. He's one of the best cards in the game, and especially against an effect-heavy deck like Cathy or like Shroud. This deck should do pretty well against Shroud as well, with the anti-spell kind of stuff, because Shroud does play a lot of spells. Next up, we have Stabilized Shard, just another card that's one of the best cards in the game. Just a solid ramp option. Not completely necessary, but it just gives you more plays. I'm not even sure if it's totally necessary in this deck, but usually people will not have relic removal, so this card is nice. We do have some higher cost stuff in the deck that I will get to in a little bit. All right, going on to the 3 costs, we have the 3 Logistic Cruisers. Need I say more? Again, another staple in a lot of decks. Battle Pass card from last season, and yeah, just solid ramp. Draws you a card as well. It is a good card. Good card. Next up, we have Portable Energy Bays, 2 of them. So after the upgraded unit dies, it creates 3 1/1s, and you're just loading up the board with a bunch of stuff to eventually maybe go into a Memento combo, which I'll go into in a second here. And yeah, it's a really good upgrade to have on your 1/2 that has salvage, because then the 1/2 trades in, you get 3 1/1s, and you put this onto one of those 1/1s. Really good. And then once you have a bunch of 1/1s out there, then you play Memento of the Fallen on it, and they start going crazy, bro. So the upgraded unit has +1/+1 for each counter on this upgrade, and basically whenever it's attached to a unit, it gains a counter. So you have a bunch of these 1/1s right here. You put the Memento on it, you attack, then you destroy this 1/1 with its effect. You move the Memento over, you attack, destroy it, move it over, blah blah blah. You get the idea. It's really strong. Memento is also just really good in the deck because we just have a lot of cheap stuff as well. Next up, we have 3-point defense turrets, another tech card against Cathy and Shroud. Every time they play an effect, then it gets a counter, and you can remove a counter to deal 2 damage to any target that you want. And it starts with 1 counter as well. So yeah, this card is fire against those 2 decks, especially when you got multiple of them. Another fire card is the Workshop Assembly Mech, which is the card that's unique to Juggernaut Workshop. And whenever you overclock this unit, and it has overclock on it, so when you play it, you want to play with 4 energy or 5 energy. But yeah, when you overclock this unit, you remove a counter from the Juggernaut Workshop, which means that you get your next Juggernaut out 1 turn sooner, which is a big deal. And also, after you summon one of them, while this is on the board, it gets +1/+1, the Juggernaut. So really solid card. It's a little risky sometimes to go for the 1 to paying 1 for the overclock, because you can get a random upgrade like the card right here that I could find. This one right here that screwed me over a couple times today. That will just like clear your own board, and it's really bad. But yeah, sometimes you got to take that risk just to curve out. But yeah, most of the time you won't hit this, but it does happen. Next card we got for 3 is that's it. Moving on to 4 costs, I think we only have 1 4 cost here, which is the Astel's Glaive. It did just get nerfed, but it's still a solid card, especially when we buff it up with maybe a Memento or something. Yeah, just a very solid 4 cost, and fights on the board against Cathy. It's all about beating Cathy at the end of the day, because that's what you're going to play against most of the time. Next up is M-Tab, which is another card that can get screwed over by that 2 cost upgrade that I just showed you. It actually just happened to me today. Made me almost rage quit my stream, but yeah, this card's really good. You can overclock it, and if you do, it gets armed for the attack, but when you play it, it attacks the lowest health enemy unit, and if you overclock it, then it gets armed, blah blah blah. So yeah, just a good card, 4/6, decent stats, and immediately get value off of it. Next up, we have Upcycle Technology, which is probably one of the best cards in the deck as well. After it's attached to a unit, you select a friendly banked Augen Core card. It has to be Augen Core. And after your upgraded unit is destroyed, you play the chosen card for free. So you get to just cheat out something big. It will cost you one of your banked cards because it'll take it out of your bank, so you won't have that energy anymore moving forward. But this card can save you if you need to get your board clear, or if you just want to cheat out a big guy to get more ahead on the board or close out a game. Very, very powerful card. Could go up to 2 in the deck, I'm not sure, but I've been liking it at 1. Next up, we have Wong, of course, especially since we have a ton of upgrades and effects, units, blah blah blah. So solid card, and relics as well. You can actually hit 4 with this guy. One of the best cards in the game. Very good at drawing cards, and can buff up your board as well. Next up, we have just a few more cards left here. TVA Star, whatever you want to call it. Just a battle ready card that has a potential benefit with the muster ability. The card's okay. I don't know. It's just a battle ready card. I don't even think it's that great. But yeah, maybe I'm just playing it wrong. And couple more cards here. We have the Anti-Organic Pulse, which is the board clear. Usually your opponent will not have upgraded units, so it should just clear all their stuff, leave all your stuff, or just clear everything. You can combo with the Upcycle Technology like I was saying before. Solid board clear option. Last but not least is Sestmir. It's a shielded defender unit. Deals 4 damage to a unit when you play it, and when it's dealt damage, you create a random vehicle and set its health equal to the damage dealt. So there's some crazy high rolls you can get with it, but it's just a tanky boy, and it's just good. Even like the muster ability along with the defender and the shielded just makes it very solid. And usually when you play this card, you're dealing 4 damage to itself just to summon a 4 health minion. But yeah, solid card. Overall solid card. Something else to cheat out with the Upcycle Technology as well. And that's the deck right there. Let me know what you think down below. This should beat Cathy pretty consistently, you would think. You would hope. If it doesn't, then, oh man, we're in trouble. But as far as I've seen, it does do pretty well against the deck, and I hope you give it a try. I think this might be the move for ranking up, in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. It's your boy. Peace.